Tony and Rockstone Triz. You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 hey.
This song make you want to go down the Soul Train line.
No.
Hopping like Rosie Perez did. Remember?
It's like candy.
Hopping?
Rosie Perez?
Rosie Perez when she went down the Soul Train line and she was hopping.
Yes.
Let's let your mind run. It's your generator, a generator. Oh, honey,
Get funky with it. Hey, get funky with it.
Yeah.
Hey, get funky with it.
Hey.
Get
Good
funky with
morning. It is Thursday. We got one more day after this left of the January, and then 2025 officially starts. It's official. Technically, it's official January 1, but it's really official. It's like official. On February 1. That is when it begins. Because January is still, I got to get acclimated. I got to still answer some of my emails and do some of my projects from last year. Now that I've done all of those, I can really start over now. I can really get it going. And Mike Nice said it is Thermal Thursday. Thermal Thursday.
Yes, it is.
And good morning to Nell38. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Wow.
Good morning, Nell38.
How are you?
You welcome to Spark
She's
Nation.
like candy.
Welcome to the Spark Nation.
Yes, we'll start Spark Nation.
Spark Nation.
I think by default we're in there, huh?
Yeah, man.
That's
I
where
like
we're at.
it.
Spark
I like
Nation.
it.
Jess blew the cat out the bag a little early, but
Real.
just Jess does. We get it. Jess, where you're at. Just be
I need this
posting.
T-shirt. 90s R&B is my love language. I like that. That's cute.
That's what Tristan been playing all day in here. I've been having a good time singing and things like that.
I'm so excited. You know what I got the other day?
Tell us.
A Love Jones T-shirt. Oh my gosh,
What's
I'm
Love
so
Jones?
excited. Love Jones, the movie?
I've never seen it.
With Lauren Tate, Tate,
I probably saw
and
it.
Nia Long. What? Es un clásico.
What?
Es un clásico, Tristan.
I know the movie word for word. Word for word. I've had two DVD copies of the movie. I've had about 4 copies of that soundtrack, Tristan. You don't know the Love Jones soundtrack?
I never saw that, and I never saw Poetic Justice.
You know what? I've never seen Juice, and my friend is very upset
You've
that I've
never
never seen
Juice?
Never seen
I
it.
there's a lot of those olden day classics.
I've never seen
that,
Above the Rim either.
Yeah, that I don't
Above the
feel
Rim,
like
you've
I've
never
seen.
Tupac movies?
No.
Oh, those are 2 classic movies. But
I know, I
Tupac
feel like
is
the only
scary.
Tupac movie I saw was Poetic Justice.
Tupac
And
is
the one with
scary.
oh no, that was DMX.
Belly? Wow.
No, the one with Aaliyah in DMX.
Yes,
Oh, something about the
Killer the Dragon. Yeah.
What? DMX was in there?
What?
Yes.
Something of the Dragon.
Yeah,
That was called Romeo.
Must Die.
Must Die.
Yes, you're right.
You're 100% right. There's-
I knew it was Dragon. We both saw the same Dragon movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have vivid memories of going to see Juice because I remember my cousins, Perdita and Deidre, took me out one night. And they were like, "We want to go see Juice. You want to come?" And I'm like, "Beetlejuice?"
Oh.
And they're like, "No, Juice.
Regular
Beetlejuice?
juice. Regular juice.
No, Juice."
Just
And
regular.
It traumatized me.
Oh, poor thing. You were too young for that type of scenery.
Tupac was so scary in that movie.
Oh my
He was
goodness.
so believable. Like, Jesus, I was a little kid.
Oh,
Probably
my
like
God.
7 years old.
You should sue them
And
for
Tupac was
emotional
very-
distress.
Tupac was very intense in that movie.
Tupac is very intense. You know, it's those eyes. Those eyes when they look at you.
Very believable.
Anyhow, how y'all doing this morning?
sleepy, sis.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Why is
sleepy. I don't know, because I went to sleep relatively early last night, probably like before 11 o'clock. And I was so tired. And then I was up by 6:02. And
You were
that made
up.
me angry. And
were
so
up
was
quite
CK,
early.
which was also very upsetting to me. 'Cause
Should've rolled you a
why you
nice
don't
little
go to
split.
sleep? I I don't know how to roll.
No.
But I did have a nice little one there. I should have just gone up and,
spice
get a
it up.
little motivation, you know?
Wow.
A
Look
little
at this one.
motivación.
Look at this little doohickey that they have on the Temu. It says put your roach in.
I just use my hand. Quick check-in, Miss Tony. How you doing? You're in a better spirit today than you have been.
Because I decided to turn it over to Jesus.
Amen. It's above
And you
me
can
now.
smile the rest of the day.
That's what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah, there's just things that I just can't. But I did. I went into the school this morning. I had a nice talk with the principal, and that made me feel better because I've really just been very, very down today based on down this week based on things going on with my little juggernaut there. But anyhow, I'm good. I'm fine. It's almost the weekend. I am looking forward to this weekend. I think it's going to be a very nice time for me. I will be attending the Galentine's event for Mrs. Mayo. So that's on Saturday. And then on Sunday, she's having a little day party, and I plan to attend that too. So I'm doing it all.
I told her I'm coming up with my hard drive.
I hope you do, and I hope you get there early.
I'm going to come early. Y'all remind her, though.
That's for the day after.
Yeah, that's
Tristan.
on
day
Sunday.
After. That's
Day
the
after.
after
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
That's the after
Yes,
party.
so I'm looking forward to this weekend and just letting my hair
coming.
down,
I got a red suit.
letting loose. No, you don't got to do that. I think it's just
I got a red suit. I'm coming with the DJ.
Ooh, it's
I got a whole red
red
suit.
suit.
Oh, the red suit.
He's gonna he's coming for the I don't know what the hell he's coming for.
I just
Anyhow,
wanted to-
that's that. So I am looking forward. I hope everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Lots of things happening in the world, man.
Yeah, there.
Lots of things.
The one, obviously the most tragic right now is the American airline flight to DC and the Black Hawk helicopter.
Yeah.
We will definitely get into those details.
Did you see your
later
president's
on.
update on?
On Twitter? No, not today. Not what you're not gonna do is piss me off early in the morning.
I read that. I was like, is this for real?
This
An adult man, president of the United States
it's not good.
of America, wrote that.
It's not good.
It's not. It's not good.
It's not good. Looks like a bad accident. It's not good. Okay, all right. All right.
What is it?
Woo!
Boy, I tell you.
The president was breaking down for us what happened with the accident, and it looked like a fourth grader wrote it. It was. What did they have? Fourth grade chat
Did
GPT?
he-
Like what was that?
Did he go to? He went to college, right?
I don't know. I think he went by there.
I think he probably just got a graduation because he was,
Yeah, he went
a
by
white
there,
male.
Yeah.
And it probably a very, 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 very small GPA.
He's probably got an honorary bachelor's or associates, probably.
Yeah, this is where he
here
associates.
for immediate release.
No, this was you didn't get the tweet.
Oh, the
Tristan.
his actual.
The tweet. The airplane was on a perfect and routine line of approach to the airport. The helicopter was going straight at the airplane for an extended period of time. It is a clear night. The lights on the plane were blazing. Why didn't the helicopter go up or down or turn? Why didn't the control tower tell the helicopter that to go instead of asking if they saw the plane? This is a bad situation and looks like it should have been prevented. It's not good.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what he
Not
said.
Oh.
good, Tristan. It's not good. That's what I'm gonna say to everything. That's not good. That is
Ay, ay, ay.
not. You are not being good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Not good.
You know, he tweets like a regular. He tweets like if it was one of us high, sitting down in the living room watching the news, and it was like, let me tweet about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like it's not good. That wasn't good. Looks like it could have been prevented, but it's not good.
Not good.
Not good. You should have seen the lights. Not good. Anyhow, let's get into Tristan. How you do? Oh yeah, you
I'm
said.
good. I went to Connecticut yesterday.
To
Yeah.
Connecticut.
I went to go check out Nova Farms, a new dispensary out in Connecticut.
Oh.
With my godbrother Ian, and that was it.
How was that? How's
We had
Nova
a nice,
Farms?
a nice random adventure.
Ain't it cold to go check out a farm? So
Huh?
how do we do in the cold?
In the cold?
They put them in the little
Nova
nursery.
Farms. That's just the name of the dispensary. It is not. I didn't go to an actual
For
farm.
me, I was thinking about a cultivation landscape.
No.
But the cultivation places have indoors, right? It's like a greenhouse.
Yeah, but it wasn't a cultivation place though. It was just a dispensary.
A regular dispensary,
Nova
but
Farm.
quite Connecticut. It have nothing between Connecticut.
I mean,
and
I sure they have a dispensary in Rhode Island.
Well, it was
something
one of
like
our
that.
friends. One of our
Oh, okay.
Springfield. Oh, who gave you those? My mother.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That's what I said too. I said, did you bring the box of those?
They both were inside, lady. They both were inside, lady.
And I forgot to tell you guys about my story yesterday when I came in this morning. And I put it on Facebook if you haven't read it already. But I saw live sex outside the church house in the middle of the street.
That's so
live
crazy.
sex. There was like, if the car was parked exactly where Tony was, I was in that car and she was on top of him and she was just bouncing around. But it was so crazy because it's something that you see out of a movie. It's like you see the car go screechy, 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 and noise blaring out of it. It was a black car, screechy, screech, and the car was bouncing.
Was they homeless? What do you think it was?
No, because after they finished, they left. So they clearly had somewhere to go after. But I was like, I walked by and I walked by like this.
I used to date a guy that told me that he would never do that because that was so degrading. And I was like, grow up.
I don't think it's degrading, but I do think it is a little young. Mm-hmm. Because I think about my extremities right now and my way to bend things like that. And you literally like you to bend, and you know, like the car is just not ergonomically conducive to a fun time. It has to be very quick and
I don't know. One time I witnessed a friend of mine doing that. It was so weird too because it was like three of us that sat there and was sitting in the car next to them.
Oh, you guys were in the car next to them?
We were in the car next to them. We were like, and we watched for a long time. And we were like,
that's like me walking outside the car.
Wow.
I wanted to stop, but I was like, you know, this is creepy, and my young dog is here. He's impressionable. Can't do that. But I definitely.
Oh, Spark helps everything.
He would have jumped right into it. Like, what we doing?
Jumped right on her back.
Yep. What you doing? Lick her backbone.
That is so interesting. I wish I was there. I would have liked to see that. I don't know why. I'm an undercover pervert.
With that said, let's get into the show. Saucy and Friends in the Morning starts right now on Spark FM Online.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at SparkFMOnline.com.
What is this, Doctor? This is
The Spark of New England, Spark FM.
Bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
Turn us up.
All right, let's take a look.
Oh, yeah. Anyhow, people, good morning. It is January 30th. January the 30th.
Wow.
We are one day away from February. It is approximately 9:31 on this day. It is a Thursday. Today is Thursday. It is Thursday. Abundant sunshine, high 28 degrees. Winds in the west-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. It's cold.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to... I know that it says it's like 36 or something like that. It's absolutely, utterly freezing outside. It is just very, very cold. I don't know...
Frigid.
I don't feel any warmth. I don't feel anything. It's just freezing. Yeah. That's what it is. It's freezing cold outside, and that's all I have to say about that.
It is. You're right.
But there will be abundant sunshine today.
Abundant.
After yesterday, the sunshine came out and melted pretty much all of the snow everywhere. So that was kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. There's still some on the ground.
I
But
appreciate it.
yeah.
I like that. I think that the hardest part about just living life in the wintertime in New England is when it's dark and like gray and cold.
Yeah.
I feel like when the sun is out, even if it's still cold, it feels different. It feels different.
Feels a little bit more motivational.
Yeah. I want to say big happy birthday shout out going to Walk Them Teddy.
Teddy!
Walk Them Teddy. Today is his day of birth. Happy Earth Strong or whatever the foolishness that people say. I don't like that.
Happy Earth Strong.
Why not?
I can't stand Earth Strong. That's to me like a grand rising. I can't stand it.
Bird strong, that's a West Indian thing.
Oh, I don't like it.
Happy day of bird.
Blessed bird strong.
Birthday.
Birthday.
B-U-R.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
And to shout out to everybody else who's celebrating my birthday today and or tomorrow or this week passing. Shout out to you. Good morning, Nicole. How are you? Welcome to the show.
We're going to be celebrating Walk Them's birthday next Friday.
Yes.
Inside of Club Love, a.k.a. Aspires.
Oh, Aspires had a new name called Club Love for Valentine's.
Zest in the name of
I
love.
was
Let me
supposed
go
to
see
wear a different...
which one of Tristan's little friends I can go wine on.
Oh, bring it back. So if you are taken, you wear white.
Where is it?
If you are single, you wear red. And if you're in a complicated situation, you wear the pink color.
That's interesting.
Maybe we'll give away some tickets later on.
I see what you did there, because white is
Pure.
taken, and then red is dirty, and then complicated. Like I'm a little taken, I'm a little single, so pink and red and white make pink. See what they did there? They're smart folk.
Very nice.
Smart
I like
bunch.
it. Very nice.
Very
That is
nice.
very nice. I'm going to go to that party.
With that said, let's get into the Around the Way news. Miss Tony, ¿Qué tengo el news?
Tengo nuez para ochero. All right. Boston man accused of murdering mother of 3 of his children. This is so sad. Did we talk about this
We talked
yesterday?
about it yesterday, yeah.
They showed his face yesterday. This is just really, really tragic, and I hope like why would you do that? The children are 1, 3, and 6. Come on, man, come on. A mass teen has been arrested and placed in ICE custody despite legal status. Now this is
mother?
no. This is a different story.
This is the nurse lady?
Oh, he killed the mother of his 3 children. Remember, they couldn't figure out who it was that killed her. They found her in the luxury apartment in the South End. But this one, Lynn, Massachusetts teen arrested and placed in ICE custody despite legal status, her lawyer says. Lynn, Massachusetts teen was arrested following a domestic dispute and shortly after placed in Immigration and Customs Enforcement custody, police said. Zenaida Barrera, 18, was arrested at her home in Lynn on Monday morning after a neighbor heard a commotion. Barrera is accused of pushing her 12-year-old brother during an argument over a cell phone, according to Lynn Police Department report.
Jesus, have mercy upon my soul.
This was 2 siblings getting into an argument over a telephone and pushing each other. It's not something I ever thought I would be on their radar, said Barrera's lawyer. He said the case was likely to be dismissed, but before Barrera could leave the courthouse Monday, federal agents stepped in. They came to the courthouse looking for her. They had a detainer with her name on it, Callahan said. This case screams miscarriage of justice. Barrera's mother told WCVB she hopes to God that they let my daughter free so she can return to her family. The family came to the U.S. from Nicaragua 2 years ago, and their application of full asylum is being reviewed, Callahan said. This is so crazy. She does have an asylum status. She has a work permit. She's presumed innocent, Callahan said. Over the last week, ICE has arrested immigrants accused of violent crimes in and around Boston. Barrera's family is now wondering why her case warranted a federal response.
We're told that ICE took her daughter into custody here at the courthouse in Lynn on Monday. Now her family is concerned that she may be deported.
This case screams just miscarriage of justice.
18-year-old Zenaida Barrera should be going to school tomorrow, but her family says the high school junior is now in ICE custody. She was arrested at her Lynn home early Monday morning after a neighbor heard commotion. She's accused of pushing her brother during an argument.
This was two siblings getting in an argument over a telephone and pushing each other.
The neighbor been wanted to call ICE on them.
It was not something that I thought would ever be on their radar.
The teenager's court-appointed lawyer says the case was likely to be dismissed, but before she could leave the courthouse Monday, he says federal agents stepped in.
They came to that courthouse looking for her. They had a detainer with her name on it.
The girl's mother tells me via text, "I just hope to God that they let my daughter free so she can return to her family." Their lawyer says the family came here from Nicaragua 2 years ago and that their application for full asylum is being reviewed.
She has a work permit and she's presumed innocent.
Over the last week, ICE has arrested immigrants accused of violent crimes in and around Boston. But this teenager's family now wonders why her case warranted a federal response.
This is not what people thought was going to be taking place.
Say it.
7 days into this new administration, and we're already starting deportation proceedings between two siblings over a push.
Over a push.
Now, tonight, records show that teenager is being held at a jail up in Maine. ICE has not responded to our request for any information about her case. We're live in Lynn tonight. John Atwater, WCVB News Center 5.
Wow. Wow.
Because this is what people are not understanding. And I'm getting emotional about it because it literally could happen to anybody. Anybody. Any single one of us that could happen to. Because these people are not thorough. They do not care. They absolutely have no type of empathy. They have no grace. They don't have any of that. Yeah. They have been given and most likely these people who are in ICE most likely support Trump. Most likely voted for him, are part of the MAGA cult, all of those things. Yeah. They do not care. How did the baby end up in Lynn? She was in Lynn for a dispute, and I believe that her neighbors been wanted to call ICE on them a long time ago. Probably. Because why are you calling ICE? Why are you calling police?
And they were emboldened to do so as soon as Donald Trump came with this foolishness.
Exactly. Exactly. Maybe they didn't want to do it before, but when they was like, "Oh, I got immigrants. Oh, they're allowed. This must be violent crimes. Oh. They violent crimes."
I'm surprised that Lynn wasn't one of the first cities that they went to make their sweeps.
The child is in Maine. Why you guys take her all the way to Maine before you figured out what was going on with her? Child. Like, why she had to go to Maine? She could have come right over here to Suffolk in a little holding facility. She couldn't get an ankle monitor or something like that to put on the neck. Where gotta go
on the neck.
I'm just tired. I'm just so tired.
On her neck.
Tired.
Put it on her neck.
Stupid.
I don't know.
Stupid ICE.
Let me hush because
I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, let me just review the history. Okay, our parents are citizens and we were born here, and I could literally tell everybody, but they would probably just not. They'd tell me to remain silent and get in the car and take me to Maine.
Because you can go too. That's what the border czar said. You can go too.
I'm interested to know why they, if she could be deported, why didn't they take the whole family?
They're coming back for him.
Oh, because now they know where they live.
Yep. Even this 12-year-old, I don't care if he was born here.
Y'all gotta know not to open your doors. I heard we're gonna get into Know Your Rights. We're gonna bring somebody in here from the Know Your Rights situation to come and tell you guys how to deal with ICE. And things as such. But that's terrible.
A local priest was found dead in Spain. Church bells rang out at Our Lady of Good Voyage in Boston's seaport in memory of Father Richard Gross. Father Richard Gross, AD, also known as Father Thursday, died tragically just before he was set to go on a cruise in Spain on January 20th. Father Gross dedicated his life to serving the Catholic Church. Father Gross was very kind, said parishioner John Haynes. I think that that was his most salient quality. He would bring you along with him in his joy, and most importantly, I would say he had a tremendous heart. Over the years, Father Gross had also taught at several institutions for the last 18 months. BC High had been his home. BC High released a statement that read in part, "Our thoughts and prayers are with Father Gross's family, his brother Jesuits, and all those blessed by his ministry and friendship. We pray for his eternal peace and comfort for those mourning his loss. Those who knew him find solace in knowing he's in a better place and forever in their hearts. He's in heaven, which means he lives in our hearts," said Haynes. "He lives in our body. He's still a part of us." 2 memorial services will be held for Father Gross, memory at Our Lady of Good Voyage, one on Thursday, February 6th. The cause of Father Gross's death are under investigation, according to BC High. Oh, he was about to get on the cruise in Spain. I wonder if that's the same cruise I went on in from Spain, but that's awful. That's awful.
I wonder what happened.
I know. Maybe he just had a heart attack or something.
Our Lady of Good Voyage, is that the one that's Dorchester Ave?
No, this one says in the Seaport.
Oh, okay.
Why they got such long names like that?
I don't know. I'm not Catholic.
You're not Catholic? Okay. Bird flu is widespread among birds in Massachusetts. State officials said last night when Mommy heard this, she said, "Oh no, we got to stop eating chicken." And then when we got dinner, she said, "But there ain't no chicken here." Officials believed bird flu has killed wild and domestic birds across the state. Bird flu appears to be widespread among birds in Massachusetts. State health and environmental officials said Wednesday. The Division of Fisheries and Wildlife, Mass Wildlife, and the Massachusetts Department of Agricultural Resources, MDAR, and DPH and HPAI is suspected to be the cause of death in both cases of wild and domestic birds in several Massachusetts municipalities.
How do I get it? How do I do to get it? I just gotta be around. The bird gotta bite me?
No, the bird.
It's just in the birds, right?
But remember, it's in the milk too. Might be in the milk.
Why? That's cow.
We drink bird milk?
Because they said, I forget why they said it might be in the.
Is the eggs okay?
No, they said
the eggs is expensive. That's what I know. I know that the eggs is very expensive.
Evidence suggests that HPAI is widespread in Massachusetts. It's likely present even in the places where there has not been a confirmed positive, the officials said in a statement. State officials are working with partners to test suspected cases and collaborating with municipalities to safely dispose of dead birds. It's called the highly pathogenic avian influenza.
The other day, there was a dead bird on our walk, and Sparkle tried to go to it, and I was like, ew, dead bird. But I didn't even think about the bird flu. You think my dog got
the bird flu?
You think he got bird flu now?
Yeah, he could get
a little bit.
Oh, Jesus Crimers.
Raptors, waterfowl, and other aquatic birds have the highest
Raptors?
Raptors.
What's a raptor?
It's a...
Velociraptor?
Velociraptor, yeah.
Ain't the Velociraptor a designer?
A raptor
A
bird?
dinosaur?
The dinosaur.
We got Velociraptor still?
I can't take it.
Where is the Velociraptor?
We don't got a raptor bird.
Any bird species can be considered susceptible. Foxes and wild mammals that scavenge on birds are also at risk. The officials added that they are advising the public to refrain from handling birds or other animals that are dead or appear sick and report suspected cases. Go call 311 that bird right now. Boston's Emerald Necklace, a network for parks and runs throughout the city, posted several signs reminding residents to not touch, feed, or remove birds from the parks. There has been a history of intermittent bird flu outbreaks in Massachusetts since early 2022. In early January, an outbreak of bird flu was suspected, causing the death of Canada geese. Oh my gosh, all the colts, swans, and other birds in Plymouth. Now more positive cases are being reported, officials say. So be careful with your birds and stuff. And egg prices are soaring as a new bird flu strain is detected across the United States. So if you can get free eggs, get your free eggs. Hit up my friend. He has lots of... I have to text him and make sure the birds are okay. The chickens are okay.
Yeah, it said you should not drink raw milk because it may contain the bird flu virus. But you can still safely drink pasteurized.
What the hell would I be drinking raw milk from? That's straight from the cow?
I guess.
But why would that contain bird flu if it's coming straight from the cow?
I forgot why they said
it's H1N1.
Mm-hmm.
H1N1 and uno.
I forgot why they said it though. Oh yeah, because they said the cows could catch the bird flu.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and
crazy.
the cats.
The cats. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, be careful, y'all. Don't drink no raw milk. Don't touch no dead birds, and don't bring no birds home from the park. Is what I'm getting from that. What you saying? What you putting your finger up for?
To a couple of more things. You finished there?
Yeah.
Boston, where is it? Northeastern promptly shows its belly to the Trump administration and scrubs diversity references from its websites as well. The Huntington News reports that Northeastern University is going down without a fight. It's replaced or dismantled nearly all of its diversity, equity, and inclusion or DEI messages on its websites. What do you guys think this means? Some black girl today on the internet tried to convince me that when these businesses scrap the DEI message, that they're just really putting it under a different name and calling it whatever. And I was like, that's not true, because they're saying that they're no longer going to be doing any of the initiatives that separate people. So are you all lives mattering DEI and saying that people are misinformed? If you take out the specifics of a policy, ain't you just all lives mattering in it too? Is it that?
I don't know. I'm very confused with this DEI thing because again, I don't understand. And I know you sent me a breakdown of it the other day by someone, but I just don't understand. What did it have to be announced for, and what did it have to be announced for in the first?
Like you're
place?
taking it out?
Yeah. And what did it have to be announced for that we was putting it in for? Just do it. Everything doesn't have to be an announcement.
I guess because I'm gonna try
like Tristan was saying how DEI replaced affirmative action. Is that what we said? What we had talked about the other day?
Kind of, yeah.
Just do it. Stop announcing everything.
But the problem is that they're not doing it. So by announcing it, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm trying to figure it out. By announcing it, I think that they're saying that they want to be held accountable, because they're saying that they are going to do these things. So inside of the DEI, initiatives were also measurable things that make sure that they are following what they say they're going to do. So when they scrap, the measurable things, they scrap DEI and they scrap everything else, they're pretty much saying, statistically, we know that things are really just not fair for anybody that's not, white. So, but because this is the way that the world is going in right now with this new administration, we're just gonna be equal to all. But we know that has never been the case. They have never ever been equal to all ever. So what it's doing is, like before, when they was like, okay, DEI, I was like, okay, fine, we'll hire 20% more black people, and at the end of the year we'll report to you that we did do that, so people have a checks, pretty much an accountability, a checks and balances. You said you were going to do it, that's what they did. Okay, now it's saying, yeah, we're going to do all these things, we're no longer reporting to anybody anymore. We're going to take all this language out, and what we're going to do is be focused on global equity so that everybody could have it. But we know that it's always been global equity so that everybody could have it, except that when you start digging into the numbers, we see that it's not equitable at all, because you are only giving, of the 100%, you're only giving 2% to anybody that's not white owned. Yeah. So that, and it's not about, it's not a black and white.
Acknowledging it and putting it out there.
It's accountability.
It's accountability.
Yes. This is what I learned this week, is that sometimes when you send bad things to people, that it's accountability.
Yeah. Sometimes people just move in silence. Is
just be racist and be racist.
Yeah. Like,
I don't like people who talk about something.
Yes.
And then don't do it.
Yeah. Don't talk about it. Just be about it.
Exactly.
That's what I. That's
you don't
how
have
I
to
feel.
say, I'm for the community, I'm for this, I'm for that, and then your actions prove that you are the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not mad that you are the opposite. I'm mad because you lied to me in my face and told me that you were going to do something.
Yes.
And then you're not doing it.
This is it. Yes.
I
don't like long talking. Shut up. Do it. Shut up. That's
or
how
don't
I
do
feel.
it. Just
right.
shut up.
And and if you don't do it, if you're not gonna do it, then and you don't say anything, then there's nothing. There's no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I am with the whole DEI thing. just shut up.
Whatever.
So I did hear this as well. Somebody said, I work for a nonprofit where over 80% of our work is funded by federal grants. We are going through the same exercise, removing all DEI references both internally and externally, and ceasing any company sponsored programs. But I was told that some of them were getting rid of those references just because it may not get the federal grants if it kept those and literally just moving, just kind of like getting rid of it, but just putting it somewhere else or replacing those words. But they're still doing the same thing.
Right.
But they're just kind of scrubbing it so that those words aren't.
Yeah. And I understand that.
But remember, I read the thing yesterday that they're not just looking for the words anymore. They want to see that you are not doing it, like at all. And they've put in so much language in there that makes it really hard for you to get. I don't know, but I'm hoping that DEI professionals know what to say in order to loophole those things.
Yeah,
so
and
I don't know.
I think that's the part for me that is a something too. Like, why did we have to create this DEI department and that DEI department? I understand because I heard your explanation, but I think that if we had just not when they eliminated affirmative action, it almost seems like, well, we're gonna do this instead. You know what I mean? And I feel like if we had just do everything fair, do everything equally and equitably, and all of that stuff without having to specify whatever. Just be that way is how I feel like we could have avoided all of this backlash and stuff that's going on. And it's not just a black and white thing. Is what I've come to is not what I've come to understand, but what I always understood, that it's not just about race. It's about just equality for everybody, for women, for the disabled, for all of these people. And I feel like just live that way instead of having to make an announcement about it and making it a department for it.
Remember this, all these big initiatives came out around the time of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think we knew it then.
Yeah.
We knew that it was what is it? Like, what is it? Respectability politics or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to make these efforts.
Right.
I'm going to say that I'm doing this because I feel like it's a selfish thing. I'm going to say I'm doing these things because I don't want to lose the market of these people.
Right.
But I don't really mean it because even before all these DEI rollouts from the president, a lot of companies had already started to do it because they were like, okay, we put all this money aside. Ain't nobody taking advantage of it, so we're just gonna roll it back in.
Yeah.
So this seemed like it was all a gimmick from the beginning because you weren't really about that life if you're so quick to change your policy based on who's in office.
Exactly.
So I feel
and
you
even
100%.
like yesterday when I asked like, why do they have to keep on making announcements, and you said to be in line with the president, like what is that, why, what is that doing?
I guess because I feel like people are
Aligned.
scared.
People are scared.
I feel like they're because he's so petty, and
I
because he's so like mean spirited and bad mind.
Yeah.
I feel like they almost have to do like, except for like the billionaires.
Right.
I know why Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musty and what's the little bald one name from Amazon? I know why all of them are in it because they want to. They're evil villains, basically. So, like for them, I understand. But for you rest of regular people, I just don't understand. Just stay out of it.
Right. I always remember, us growing up in TAGVs. And I remember Uncle Arik did a speech one time and he was talking about the difference between being feared and being respected.
Yeah.
And I feel like Donald Trump and all of his people are running on, I want you to fear me. I want you to fear me, not realizing that people don't really have a lot of respect for you and what the things that you're doing. And at the end of the day, people who fear you will kill you.
Yeah.
But people who respect you will be like, he's doing what he's got to do.
I don't think there's a lot of respect there. I think it's full fear.
It's fear mongering.
I mean, I'm scared as well.
Thing.
He's got the country very, very scared
on
because
edge.
It's like, it's like, so where do you stop? Like, where do you draw the line on the foolishness that you're doing? When does it become about the people instead of your personal benefits and what you want to happen?
Right. And even in our personal opinions of Donald Trump, if he had put things into a way where we kind of respected him, I mean, we have had presidents before who were not great and who we could even say were tyrants, but we respected them because of whatever reason. Donald Trump is not building his life on being respected at all. He wants to be feared. And I think that's where he's going. That's going to be his downfall.
A fascist?
Yeah. That's going to be his downfall. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. I do. Yeah.
I hope that in the next 2 years, America wakes TF up.
Yep.
Like, wake up.
We need to be out there screaming like Lawrence Fishburne at the end of School Days.
Hello.
Wake up!
Hello.
Wake up.
And we need to be screaming from now, knocking on doors, telling people how they vote down the ballot, how they get people elected into office, how they start looking for somebody right now and work on them for the next 2 years so that they are ready to go and they are ready for war.
Groom in the right way.
Yeah. Anything else? F.A. Jones shuttered Elston restaurant to get 14 apartments built on top of it. That's awesome.
Body cam video shows trooper thwart apparent human trafficking plot. So we have that happened here in Massachusetts, I believe. Body cam video shows Massachusetts troopers locate the victim of an apparent human trafficking attempt last month. The 22-year-old neurodivergent woman had left her family in Southern Mass to meet a man she had been talking to online. Mass State Police said in the news release she intended to take a Greyhound bus to Hartford, Connecticut, where she would meet two men who would transport her to Jamaica to visit the man she had been communicating with. What the hell? After the family called the police, troopers rushed to the South Station bus terminal where they learned her bus had left Boston early. With lights and sirens, troopers tracked down the woman's bus, stopped it on the Mass Pike, and safely located her to be reunited with her family. Dr. Abigail Judge, clinical and forensic psychologist in Mass General Hospital, founded the Boston Human Exploitation Advocacy Team, or HEAT, working with women in ongoing sexual exploitation and trafficking in conjunction with ongoing addiction. Her work primarily involves individuals at Boston's Mass Ave and Melnia Cass Boulevard, a Boston hotspot for homelessness and drug use. Human trafficking, commercial sexual exploitation happens every day throughout the Commonwealth. We work closely with the Boston Police Department Human Trafficking Unit, and I know that they're doing this work day and night.
I think it just took off. It's got a girl on it, and she's possibly going down to Connecticut.
Mass State Police released body camera video showing their quick actions last month in tracking down a woman believed to be the target of a human trafficking plot.
Oh, yeah, that's 1305. That was Greyhound bus.
After a call from the family of the 22-year-old neurodivergent
blocked
woman,
his face.
troopers at South Station determined her Greyhound bus has left Boston early.
But that might be the bus. Yeah, that's a Greyhound bus. Yep, we got it.
Troopers raced down the Mass Pike, informed that the woman had left her southeastern Mass home to meet a man she'd met online. She intended to meet two men in Hartford who would transport her to Jamaica to visit him.
Nobody's in any trouble, no.
Troopers locate her to be reunited with her family.
Human trafficking, commercial sexual exploitation.
Was she with the person?
Every day throughout the Commonwealth. We work closely with the Boston Police Department Human Trafficking Unit, and I know that they're doing this work day and night.
Dr. Abigail Judge is a clinical psychologist at Mass General Hospital and founder of Boston HEAT, Human Exploitation Advocacy Team, working with women in ongoing sexual exploitation and trafficking and addiction, primarily at Mass and Cass. She tells us preventing human trafficking requires recognizing what it looks like, and it's not always transporting across state lines or the movies.
The more people understand what trafficking actually looks like on the ground, in terms of where there is an individual vulnerability, where there's a power difference, and when there's money.
And state police urge anyone who suspects that someone may be the victim of human trafficking to call 911 immediately. Live along the Mass Pike, Christine McCarthy for your local station, Boston 25 News.
That's wild. They was going to take her to Jamaica.
Why did she get on Jamaica? Why she get on the bus?
She was on the bus because she was going to meet the people who was going to go take her to Jamaica to go meet the man that she's been talking to on the internet.
Oh.
She a little neurodivergent.
How they know that she was doing all that?
Was a neurodivergent?
She had a little autism or something.
A little autistic
ADHD
or something like that.
Something.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's what they said. She was talking to this man on the internet from Jamaica, and so they made arrangements for her to meet people in Connecticut who would be taking her to him in Jamaica.
So many steps.
Yeah, there's so many steps. I mean, I just want to know, how come nobody don't offer to take me to Jamaica?
To meet you, take it on the Greyhound, go to Connecticut for them. How come they couldn't just sell her a plane ticket to Logan?
Exactly. What she had to go to Jamaica for?
Why she had to meet them?
She had to go meet the Jamaicans. There's lots of Jamaicans in Connecticut. There's a lot.
So neurodivergent means that the person's brain, they think they're a little younger.
No, she's 22.
No, but like it says that they think that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they're a little slow. Yes, I was trying to find a different word than slow.
A little different.
Yes. Daniel Lorenz said that is Irie, and Schneider said neurodivergent sounds like an X-Men character.
Why y'all can't take nothing seriously? That's why we can't have a good show, because y'all are ridiculous.
Spark Nation's out of control, I tell you. That is it for the local news.
And we're going to go take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the rest of the world's news after that. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the morning. We'll be right back. Keep it locked.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com.
Turn us up.
Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Good morning and welcome back. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are in the building and we have a special guest with us today. Per usual, we always want to bring you guys professionals in industries that can help you guys do better and be better in your life. It is not a Money Matters Monday, but today we are also still talking about wealth in lieu of everything that we've been talking about this morning with, the billionaires and equity and inclusion and all kinds of things. Now is the time more than ever that we have to start getting our minds right and really thinking about how we're going to grow our own wealth, how we're going to get more wealth, and, just things that we can do to help this. There's going to be a reoccurring theme this year, I believe, so make sure that you guys have your pen and papers wherever you are to make sure that you guys are getting ready for the Renaissance. As Tristan, are we still in your Renaissance?
Yes,
we
absolutely.
Still there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
More so than ever now.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
We all about that black dollar.
Hella.
Shout out to Daniel Laurent.
So, welcome today. We have Latoya from Earn More Wealth. Latoya, welcome to Spark FM Online. How you doing, girl?
Thank you for having me, Danielle. Great to be here. I love what I see.
I'm really glad to have you here. When I spoke to you, I was like, oh, she gonna help me get where I need to get. So tell us a little bit about you and what you actually do.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to give you kind of like, I don't want to be long-winded, but I'm going to give you kind of like a beginner's journey. I am from Boston, Massachusetts, born and raised here. My parents are of West Indian descent.
Ooh, where?
From the beautiful island of Tartola.
Oh, yeah.
British.
Right. I love that.
Yeah,
I want to go there.
Virgin Islands, BVI. High school, I went to Madison Park. A lot of people do not know that, but I went to Madison Park. Class of 2001. From there, I went.
Shout out to the class of 2001.
Yes.
Hey.
From there, I went to Framingham State College. I guess they call it Framingham State University now. So I stayed local. My whole thing with staying local was because when I applied to outer state schools and I saw that package and I needed financial aid, and I'm like, I don't want to put my mother in debt, so I decided to stay local, go to a state school where it was less than $10,000 room and board. So I'm like, you can't beat that.
Nope.
And I worked throughout, my way to finance my own education without putting the burden on my moms. So from there, I got a job working at, this company no longer exists, Investors Bank and Trust. Then I went to State Street Corp, and then from there I went to Deutsche Bank. So I've been in
you've
finance.
been in finance for forever.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, for a very long time. Mainly focused on the back end, like understanding mutual funds, how it's comprised, all the asset allocation, what goes into it, all that jargon. That's my background. However, throughout the process, even prior to that, I started an investment group with like-minded individuals. So some of my friends, they went out of state, they came back, that's like, hey, y'all want to form an investment club? I'm like, sure, it sounds like something smart.
I'm gonna put a little pin right there.
Yes.
When you say investment group, what are we talking about as in investments? Like stocks and bonds?
Right, so the investment club we formed was focused around learning how to invest long-term in the stock market. So we didn't know what we was doing in the beginning. So we all learned from the ground up, a little bit of Google, how to put bylaws together to form the group to make sure it functions properly. And then from there, we just started to meet up once a month together, pool our money. It was probably
How many people would you say it was started out?
We started off with 5.
Okay.
Then we grew it to probably like 7.
Yeah.
We pooled our money together every month. About $150, I like to say, was the monthly dues.
Yeah.
So when we met once a month, we would bring our stock picks together, vote as a group, whatever we decided to buy. We'll buy it in the portfolio.
Oh, you know,
and how did y'all know what to buy?
I'm excited about I'm excited about this because we often think that we've got we're very, I feel like, an individual society and don't know how to work together. And sometimes we hear these stories about people putting their money together and buying houses and stuff.
Or buying lottery tickets.
Yeah, but it could be as simple as starting with 5 people and let's talking about stocks and portfolios and let's just put a little money aside and then we'll decide together what we're going to invest in.
Exactly.
I think I think that's great.
Yes. So it formed not only the trust, but, we were just building wealth together, which was the whole purpose of it.
Yeah.
So within that process, because I was the treasurer of the group, I was the one responsible for collecting the money, funding our brokerage account, and then purchasing the stocks and reporting back to the group. We bought this at this price. and this is where we are at. So in the midst of doing that, because I work for State Street, I'm on the back end. So on the back end, we're just, sitting in front of our computers doing whatever we have to do. But I was so addicted to the performance of our portfolio. I used to watch our portfolio every single day. And then it just hit me like, oh my gosh, if we sold this like a couple of months ago, we would have made money. And that's where my love for day trading began.
So, okay,
Yep.
get into it. Day trading. It's something that we hear a lot about. We have a friend, Danielle, that is always day trading and always talking about, and there's a little random, Facebook community on there, whatever. But what is day trading?
All right. So day trading, for people who may not know, your intentions is to be cash at the end of the day. So meaning you do not hold any types of assets in your account besides cash. So we're buying and selling literally a position within that same day. And the reason why I'm using the word
in the same day.
The same day, that's day trading. And the reason why I'm using the word different asset classes, because with day trading, you can day trade different markets. So you have the stock market, you could trade stocks, also the options. You have the foreign exchange market. You can trade Forex. You have cryptocurrency. You can day trade crypto. And then you got the futures, which they call the commodities market. You could day trade futures. So commodity, for example, gold, silver, wheat, cattle, like stuff like that, sugar. And coffee.
What would you say at the end of a good day in day trading, if you know what you were doing because you sat and talked to the Toya and you figured it out? What would be like an outcome of a good day?
Listen, it's subjective because it all depends on somebody's account size. So I don't want to give like a false narrative, because it's really about your account size and money. So I'll give you a classic real life example. So yesterday, I also run a day trading room and I run it live. So people can see my screen, they can see how I'm getting in, and I'm talking them through it. So one of my students, basically, he made $900 for the day by 12 p.m., right? But I don't know exactly how much money he had in the account or whatever the case may be. I walked away with $3,700. But the thing is, you don't know how much. That's my day trade. But that's yesterday. Right? 2 days ago, I did 20,000.
So how do we get in contact with you?
Hold on. It's subjective, like I said, right?
Is that $20,000 for you?
It's for me.
It's for you.
For me.
So, but I'm assuming that this happens after you've been in this for like all your years.
I've been doing it for almost 20 years. Almost 20 years.
So for people who are really kind of just starting out in this, and I don't even, like, there's so many things that we can literally keep you here until hours from now. But, like, for people who are interested in just kind of getting involved, because again, if we don't get involved with this type of investing and saving, then I don't know how savings accounts in the banks, we already know that they are just holding your money. You can might put it in their mattress, because that's how much interest you're gonna get back.
Then APYs and nothing.
But in situations like yours, what are you teaching people, and how do you teach them to do this? Like, you have workshops? Like, what do you have?
All right, so that's a great question. So I do not lead people into the arena I'm in terms of day trading. I know a lot of people that, let's say they've learned it, they're making some money with it, and that's what they push with. But being in the industry for so long, I don't think that's the best choice, because there's other methods to start off with, and not necessarily the day trading method.
So let's pull it back.
So
where do we start?
Not everyone has I won't say the ability, but literally the time. Right? It's all about that time. Like, do you have the time to sit around 8:30 until, let's say, 11 a.m. in the markets, right? When we understand most people work a 9 to 5.
Right. Yeah.
So that's not realistic for most people. So I always start them off with building long term, looking at the future, that future horizon, and then we can narrow it down into more of a short-term method where I call it swing trading. Swing trading is a methodology where, let's say I purchase a stock. I'm going to use Apple stock, right? We all got iPhones, most of us that are hip. Anyone with Androids, no offense. No offense.
Say that.
Right? So because we understand that a lot of people have iPhones, they got MacBooks, etc., that's one of the stocks that come to mind. So let's say we put our money into Apple stock, and LaToya taught you how to understand trends and read charts from past data points. You can invest on it on Monday, and let's say a week or 2 or 3 weeks from now, the stock moves up, let's say 30 to 40%, because you also learned how to trade options from LaToya. So notice that I didn't say you're in it today and out today, but it took 2, 3, 4 weeks for you to get the desired outcome. That is more so what I focus on for busy working professionals that want to learn how to make their money grow, but without the pressures of day trading.
So it's not necessarily fast money.
Yeah.
You got to invest in your knowledge in order to
be educated on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I like it. I like
that.
that.
So people sign up with you and they become a member of the academy.
Right.
And what's the name of the academy?
So right now I call it it's pretty much the Wealth Academy. And within that academy, I go through different facets in terms of like within my mind, the process of wealth building. What I've learned throughout the years is that there are really 3 main focuses, right, in order to really get financially free. I'm going to start with one. Most people know real estate because it's more so tangible, right? You can get the key, open the door. So a lot of people of color more so focused on that aspect. But yes, that's definitely a huge part of it. Ownership. I stress the importance of ownership, as well as ownership within the stock market, right? Investing in the stock market. I can go back 10, 20 years and tell you like historically what it's did. But for me, is more so what's tangible to me is, so a little segue. I have 2 daughters. They are 10 and one just turned 12.
And quick pin, she does do youth financial empowerment programs too. Hello, get the children involved. But go ahead.
And one thing I did was start their portfolio as soon as they were born. So I'm not just talking about data based off of like, hey, if you invested 10 years ago, you would have this. I have the actuality based off of their accounts. Buying shares like Tesla at $34 versus where is that today. Buying Apple at the time and these different things and really putting it into action based off of my 2 daughters, right? So I don't just talk it. I do it so I can show people that this is really what's possible. Because I have an objective when they get a certain age. I want them to be financially free. But besides being that, I'm also teaching them as young as they are these different concepts. So one concept I taught them before even the stock market is all about credit. Right? We need credit.
You also offer credit classes as well.
So that's also part of the financial wealth building pillar is understanding credit. Last but not least is having your own business. Everyone has a passion, whatever they're passionate about. You can turn that passion into money at the end of the day, right? So that's pretty much what I do at Earn More Wealth. This is an in-person financial literacy center that I started out of passion just to have more impact within Massachusetts, specifically Boston, even though it's located in Stoughton.
Quick pin.
Yes.
You also have event space that people can rent and use as well.
Ownership.
I do. So you can, exactly, as long as it's around whatever business, business, or if you just need the space. But I don't do parties there, guys. So just to put that out there. So the reason why I did in person, because this has actually started last year. So this is going to be my full year with it, going into year 2. But prior, which I still am, I'm mainly digital. So I have another brand those who are listening, y'all, if y'all know me, y'all probably know my other brand. It's The Profit Room, theprofitroom.com. That's where we really focus on the mentorship aspect of teaching people how to trade and invest. So that's not in person because we've been digital. We're going on 9 years now. Wow. And that brand I started in 2016 along with my partner. He's located in New Jersey. But how I met him, you know how people just Instagram to Instagram? I met him through Instagram because he was a trader. And I direct messaged him. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen a brother
block
trade
the trader.
like you.
I'd be like, no, I don't want to invest in no stock. Leave me alone, scammer.
So this time around, I agree with you. It was different when I started, 2014 is when I met him. Because you have to remember, I left my job in 2012 to become a full-time day trader. And I was looking for a community of people that I can resonate with that was also traded. So a lot of people in my circle, they were all Caucasians because that's who traded at the time.
Pin, what's going on right now is that there is a heavy focus on the stock market right now ever since the administration has turned over. And I see the white people over there flocking to the stock market while we sitting up here scared and stuff like that. So I think that that's where equity and all of that start with, because we need to start day trading. And investing, or just investing
in general.
Investing.
We lead with investing.
I did want to ask you a question when you for the stock market, when you said you started them for your kids. Are you when you invest in the stock market, is it long term, short term?
For them, it's long term because I don't have the bandwidth. I do so much, right? I'm mentoring students. I'm focusing. I got like 5-6 different portfolios and trading accounts that I do because I trade different markets. So it's more of my bandwidth mentally. So with them, it's always going to be long term. So I'm like a buy and hold with them, just like how most investors teach. Get a what they usually say, get an ETF that mirrors or index fund, whatever. So I do that with them, but I pick based off of what I know that's going to work for them 10, 15, 20 years from now, and I hold solid companies for them.
And I know how you know because you've been in this, but for somebody like me who's just starting out in investing, how do you know how do you know?
So there are so many. So let's start with free. Everybody loves free.
Love free.
Let's start with the free resources. Google, believe it or not. Google is a good way. Investopedia, that's on there. Besides that, they had a whole stock market for dummy series books that you can get into when it comes to investing. That's little to no cost to even just start there, just to get the basis of the understanding. Then I also host free workshops for beginner investors. So people can know where to start, understanding the different brokerage accounts, because some of the language may be foreign. I break down the jargon, because what I find the most where people, especially of color, they kind of shy away from investing is because when they hear the language. It's
Somebody just asked in the comment section the difference between a mutual fund and what does it say?
Stocks.
And a stock.
All right.
Explain what a mutual fund is and when would it be better than stocks.
So these are the types of breakdowns.
You
can go ahead and answer those, but
I will definitely answer. But those are the breakdowns that I definitely cover within my free workshops that I do host. Just so people can understand. So let's break down that question. Mutual funds are funds that basically pools together many individual monies and put them into selective assets. So just think about it like a pie. In a pie, have different ingredients. You got eggs, sugar, flour, all of that makes up that pie. Well, in a mutual fund, you got different stocks and other things like bonds, sometimes cash, sometimes foreign exchange that makes up that mutual fund. So portfolio managers, people that work at investment banks that have that title, they're the ones that basically allocate your money into mutual funds. So anyone that works for, let's say, corporations like McDonald's, Walmart, Target, whatever healthcare company, everyone's contributing to their retirement, almost everyone, but I hope people are contributing to their retirement. So there's like someone like Fidelity, your middleman, that's taking that same money from these different industries and pooling it into a mutual fund.
Okay.
So you're invested with other people. You don't know those other people, but your money's working for you in that mutual fund.
Okay.
So that's what a mutual fund is. Now a stock is basically based off of a company or having ownership in a company stock. So if you want to invest in McDonald's Corporation or Walmart, you will invest in their individual stock. So everyone's individual stock holdings will be different based off of someone's pocket. So if you wanted to buy McDonald's, and let's say right now McDonald's costs $200 a share, you bought one share. For $200, you own one share of McDonald's stock. And you can buy ExxonMobil on theirs. So that's what a stock is.
Yeah, yeah. And you own one share, so you own a little bit of it.
Yes.
A tiny bit of it.
I think this is going to be helpful too. So let me break down another concept. Everyone, so let's say you started a business, you started out, and you're going to be known as how can I put it? So you have your own business, like I have my own business. The public can't invest with us.
Yeah, because we're personal.
Private, yeah. So we're only able to take maybe money from our friends or family to help us fund our business ventures.
Right.
Because we're private entities. Public companies such as McDonald's, ExxonMobil, Apple, they're public. So anyone that opens a brokerage account can invest in that company because they're public.
That's what these companies do, like we're going public, the IP and things like that.
They're accessible to the public.
Okay.
So anybody off the street can say, hey, I want an opportunity to invest with this company because I believe in them and their future growth. So people invest in order to grow their money.
Yeah.
Because you already know the cost of inflation, we got to keep up somehow. We know living wages aren't going to do that. So that's the difference between a public company versus us having our own business where the public can't invest. Another thing with public companies, why we will have the knowledge or the information to invest is because they have to disclose their financial reports. They're public. It's a must.
So I got to be able to see everything that
you got exactly in order to make that informed decision. And you brought up a good concept about IPO. So now let's say we started Uber together and we got this good thing going, and then we have these big private investors come in and give us some money. And now it's like, oh, you're to the point where we think this is going to be a good offering to go on the market. So they have to go through like an underwriting process with the big banks, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, whoever's going to do their underwriting in order to take them through, they call it the initial public offering, which is IPO. So now their holdings can be publicly traded on the stock exchange. And now the public now can have access to this once private company once they go through the IPO process.
I tell you, education is so funny because once you start to learn about different things, you really kind of get very much involved with it and figure out how it works.
Yes.
Like you've been able to make it work for you because you've taken the time to kind of educate yourself and to find out how you can, rumble with those people over there. And I love that. For people who are interested in getting started, how do they contact you? What are the first steps to really kind of getting educated and getting into this? Because it's going to be me.
So I was going to say, shoot me an email. Anyone listen to this? I'm very accessible. Latoya at earnmorewealth.com. You can also visit the website earnmorewealth.com, where it's going to ask you, like, if you want to submit to fill out a form to get information in the next workshops, also fill out that form there. That's the one way to get.
And you do
contact.
do private workshops too. So if people wanted to gather a group of your friends and meet at a place, you would come out and you would teach them.
Correct. I will do it at the facility, or if you have somewhere, I will host there too. So yes,
I don't know.
If anybody,
minimum is 4.
If
Me and her
anybody
gonna
is
start an investment group.
If anybody is interested in finding out more detailed information and things like that, we can put something together and have LaToya come out. Either we go there or you guys can come here, and we'll put something together with LaToya to just get you a little intro.
Yes,
into how this works.
Yeah.
I would like to know, this is a personal question, but you know, being in finance, everybody would like to know the key question.
Oh, what's that?
How much have you made?
Well,
how have you done
on your best day?
In the market?
And not necessarily the number, but like, is it, I mean, you do it for a life, so it must be worth it in some type of way.
All right. So just to answer that question, I just want to put a little things in perspective. So I would say I've been doing 17, 18 years. My best years probably has been the last 10 years doing this. And I'm well above the 7-figure mark. And
even during the pandemic?
Oh, that's the time when I
started.
That's when you thrive.
That's when you really shine.
Put us back in, buddy.
So with Trump being in office now, the thing is with the markets have great memories. So back during like the COVID times, the volatility is a trader's best friend. We make the most money because let's think of, well, for those that don't know, price of stocks move up and down every single day. That's what gives us the ability to day trade the markets because of the fluctuation. So let's say on average, a stock like Apple may move $3 to $4 a day, right? Volatility kicks in. Now that stock is moving $10 a day. So I want you to think about it in a concept where I'm just going to throw a number. If I have 1,000 shares of a stock, and I get the direction right, and it moves up $10 a day. That's 10 grand. Yeah, because I caught the direction, and it fluctuates.
I see what you did,
right,
there, girl.
So
I see what you did there.
Very plain.
That is very nice.
Yes, just so you will understand like why, right? The why behind it. But yeah. A long time. I
mean, I kind of want you to leave now so that I can put together a group.
Yes.
So we can come back in 1 hour. Meet us here in 1 hour so that we can.
Exactly. I think I got $11 that I can put on to something. $11.
No, but LaToya, this is so great because I think that investing is one of those subjects that we often come across but don't necessarily have the bandwidth to really kind of focus on it and figure it out. So this is another reason why we love when people like you come onto this platform and start to get us a little bit excited about the possibilities of what could come with good education, training, consistency, and experience. You know, how we can stop working so hard for the money and maybe start getting the money to work hard for us. Yeah. Right. And we hear that concept all the time. But this is the way that you do it.
Put it
not
into
just
action.
Putting in a little $40 into savings every 2 days and it just sit there. Like maybe I could put that $40 into the stock market and come out with a little $80 maybe. I don't know. But maybe I could.
Yeah. So I do lead with the stock market because that's my bread and my butter. Real estate is also second in terms of what's in my portfolio because it's like, you know, after you make the money, instead of giving it to Uncle Sam, you got to find some tax strategies to funnel the money. So real estate is the way for traders. I told one of my friends this. I said, everyone in real estate don't necessarily have a stock portfolio, right? They just invest in real estate. They do their thing. But every trader has real estate portfolio. It's very intentional because we need somewhere to place that money instead of getting taxed to that. So throughout my years process of, you know, making tax mistakes because you don't know until you do know. So I'll also educate about tax strategies based off of what I know and also, you know, give resources to the real tax professionals. But I know how to mitigate instead of just cutting Uncle Sam that check. So that's one thing I do in terms of real estate. Last but not least, business. And I'm glad you all spoke about investing because I also often get asked based off of my initial first business. We've been in business 9 years. We are a 7-figure digital brand. very hard to stay there, but we've made it work just based off of investing in business coaching programs.
Okay.
And they're not cheap, right?
Yep.
So I'm a firm believer of investing because it always, when I do, it takes me to the next level. I'm an advocate.
Yeah.
Some people will still have that mindset like, oh, I don't want to pay that. I don't want to do that. You know, they don't want to pay for anything. But in reality, nothing comes free. You
Scared money don't make no money.
You're either paying or you're paying in wasted time. Trying to figure it out. So I'm gonna leave with that.
Very nice.
Stop right there, because we gonna be hearing more from you, because this is good.
Yeah.
In this day and age, this is good. We know our fundamentals about budgeting and, you know, all those kind of things, but learning how to build and to earn more wealth is where we need to be thinking in terms of how we're going to survive the rest of the time that we have here on this place. So LaToya, thank you very much.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I love what y'all do.
We
And
appreciate
shout
you.
out to shout out, because that's how I found you all on their Facebook page. So
well, that's
Winnie.
good.
Winnie.
Yes.
DJ Winnie.
Okay. All right.
It's been a long time since we touched base, but you know we
Specialist.
still cool.
Yes. No, that's very, thank you so much for being here. We will we'll work on something to kind of get an intro going, a little starter class here. And be in contact with Toya. Thank you so much. And just thank you for being a great source of education. You know, like if anything else, please understand that people like you need to be protected, number one. And number two, you know, faith without works is dead.
Yes.
You can't just want to be rich or want to be wealthy and not actually do the work. So how do we contact you? How do we find you?
LaToya at earnmorewealth.com.
And that's the best way. Any social media pages that you want to?
Everything is Earn More Wealth.
Okay.
Earn More Wealth. You can find me on LinkedIn too. If you want to friend request me on LinkedIn, my name is LaToya M. Smith. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook. I have a new Facebook page only because the last one got compromised based off of what I do. Them hackers are out there.
They outside.
So,
They outside.
So I have a new Facebook, LaToya M. Smith as well, black and white photo. That's how you can find me.
And she's on Instagram as well. Yep.
Thank you so much, LaToya. We are going to go to another quick commercial break, and we'll be right back in a few moments. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines, stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public.
We all make choices about alcohol.
Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Praise the Lord, City of Boston. This is Brother Chris right here on Spark FM.
Come on, sing it.
Bringing you Sunday morning worship each and every Sunday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Let's get our praise on.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com.
Turn us up.
Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this song?
Look at me now.
Oh, okay, there it is. Look at me now. Look at me now.
Yellow bottle what?
Yellow bottle bitch. Little bottle wicker. Oh,
wow.
Whatever.
She just be saying.
Y'all don't know. If you guys know the words to the song, if y'all don't know the words to the song your own damn self, how you gonna tell
Look
me
at
the
me
song?
now. Hey.
Getting paper.
I'm getting paper.
All right, we're back to the show. It's time for our national news. American Airlines jet collides with a Army helicopter, Black Hawk, at Reagan Airport, and we just don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
We just can't figure it out. I believe that there's a video going around of the exact impact of the situation, and the questions remained. Like y'all's great president is saying, it's very bad. It's not good. Oh, it's not good.
It's not good.
An American Airlines jet carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members collided Wednesday with an Army helicopter while landing on Ronald Reagan National Airport near Washington, prompting a large search and rescue operation in nearby Potomac River. There were multiple fatalities, according to a person familiar with the matter, but the precise number of victims was unclear as rescue crews hunted for any survivors. 3 soldiers were on board the helicopter, an Army official said. There was no immediate word of the cause of the collision, but all takeoffs and landings from the airport were halted as dive teams secured the site, and helicopters from law enforcement agencies across the region flew over the scene in a methodical search for bodies. Can we go to this clip here? Let's see what they are saying and get the whole thing going. I think this is just kind of them doing the rescue and the search, but that's terrible. Senator Roger Marshall of Kansas said, when one person dies, it's a tragedy, but when many, many, many people dies, it's an unbearable sorrow. Donald Trump said he had been fully briefed on the terrible incident, and referring to the passengers added, may God bless their souls.
Here it goes.
Here is the clip right here.
Oh, nope, not it.
That too is not said clip.
No, not it.
Passengers on the flight included a group of figure skaters, their coaches, and family members who were returning from a development camp
that followed from Massachusetts. 2 of them.
They were.
Yeah,
2 of them,
two of them.
Figure skaters.
Oh
Yeah.
no. The Federal Aviation Administration said the mid-air crash occurred before 9 p.m. when a regional jet that had departed from Wichita, Kansas, collided with a military helicopter
We're taking you
on
back
a
to the
training
Potomac
flight.
River.
And here is the clip now again.
Okay, I got the clip. Here we go.
Let's see. And
There was a massive response right now from an airline, a commuter airliner that crashed midair with a Black Hawk helicopter. Again, this is in Washington. Again, we're getting very few details right now, but we know this crash happened sometime around 6 o'clock our time, 9 p.m. their time. David, it's very stressful to think about this rescue operation taking about an hour and a half right now. The Potomac is very cold, 34 degrees.
What we know right now is this was an incoming flight from Wichita, Kansas, a PSA Airlines Bombardier.
This is
it on the bottom of your screen approaching. But then if you watch that again, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to roll it for you again, you'll see a little white dot coming across. We believe that might very well be a Black Hawk helicopter from the U.S. Army that for some reason, there's a little white dot coming in right there, just left of it, left of it, and then it's about to collide. And then they hit mid-air collision over the Potomac,
and there's
they
another
both
plane
go down.
flying over there.
2 U.S. officials are now saying that they believe that was a Black Hawk helicopter from the U.S. Army that collided with that jet coming out of Wichita, Kansas. It is a PSA Airlines Bombardier CRJ-700, which is capable of carrying as many as 60 people. We don't know how many people were on that jet, but we do believe that there are casualties and likely fatalities. Nevertheless, there you see an enormous response from local officials and first responders who are trying to find if anybody is in the Potomac and needs rescuing. As you were saying, Colleen, 34 degrees, you're not going to survive long in that water.
No,
at this point, I do
this
believe that they have had
American
67
Airlines
fatalities, I believe. And I believe that
that's from both the helicopter and the plane?
No, there was one recovered from the helicopter and maybe 18 recovered from inside the plane.
Still inside.
Inside the plane. And I guess everyone else, unfortunately, have been in the water. And then, like they're saying, it's so cold that even if they did survive, they probably
won't survive for long.
Lord, Father Jesus, that is
so
terrible.
Was it American Airlines? They kept saying a PSA Airlines.
No, American Airline jet.
Oh, okay.
I have information on the 2 people that were from Massachusetts that were on board. Here goes some of that here.
Several members of their community were on board of that plane. Boston 25 News reporter Amanda Keene is in Boston Skating Club in Norwood. And Amanda, we've learned of a connection there as well.
Good morning, Nicole. Yes, we have. According to Russian media, 2 of their former world champion figure skaters were aboard that plane. And according to the Figure Skating Club of Boston's website, those 2 skaters are now coaches here in Norwood. Now, Yevgenia Shishkova and Vadim Nuav were both married to each other, and they won the world championships in pair skating in 1994. They were also 2-time Olympians. Although they were Russian-born, they have lived in the United States since the late 90s and reportedly have a son who is also a skater, but it's not known if he was also traveling on the plane with them. Both Shishkova and Nomov are listed on the Skating Club of Boston's website as pairs coaches. Now, according to the U.S. figure skating,
condolences
they
to
say
them.
that several members of
Condolences to that family.
Yeah, that's horrible. 20 minutes away from landing.
Yeah.
20 minutes away
So
from
they had
landing.
already started descending, and
There was a video of a man from Washington who was texting his wife on the plane, and she was like, "We're about 20 minutes out. We're about to land." And he was like, he had responded to something and it didn't go through, and he had a bad feeling after that. And then to find out that his wife was on that plane, it's crazy.
Was her phone in airplane mode while she was texting?
Have y'all ever seen helicopter near airport?
So that was that's the question.
You know what?
Because Porqué was the helicopter there in the first place.
This is the thing with watching TV. I just finished season 2 of The Lioness, and we know you can't believe everything you see on the news.
Hello.
So what happened? Tell me what happened.
The conspiracy theories have been going crazy.
I can imagine.
Because they who was on that plane that the Black Hawk literally drove into it from the video that we seen like Donald Trump said.
Yes.
What is it why didn't you see? Maybe somebody was telling me Black Hawk helicopters don't be so lit up and stuff, but you didn't see the lit up plane. Right. You didn't see the lit up plane. You couldn't go around it. Helicopters are supposed to be easily maneuverable. That's what I see from the movies. You pull up or you pull down, just like Donald Trump said. How come nobody did that?
Yeah,
pass that blunt.
Black Hawk down.
What'd you say? Pass the blunt.
Pass the blunt.
Oh.
Conspiracy theories. You got to get through them.
I want to know what's going on. There's a new series on Hulu now, and it's starring our good friend Sterling K. Brown, and it's something about an assassination on the American president, and they're blaming Sterling K. Brown.
Hulu?
Oh, but
I watch that later.
I started watching the something about Diddy. Oh my Lord!
They gotta do something, right?
Man, this one gonna put him under the jail.
This is the one my mom has been talking about a lot.
There's a new, where's that one on?
It's on Hulu.
It's on one of the things: Peacock, Hulu, Prime.
And
you just gonna name them all?
There's another one on OJ again. I think there's a new OJ one out again. If y'all don't let OJ rest in peace, he did it.
Exactly.
There's nothing y'all could do about it now.
And now he's dead.
He didn't do it. The glove didn't fit.
He said he did it. He said, "What if I did do it?
If I did do it, this is exactly what I would do. Exactly what happened.
Yeah.
If I did do it.
Yeah.
Targets, DEI rollback raises questions about the retail giants' philanthropic comments, and we already went through that, and we don't know what's going on.
Y'all got to go to Costco.
Yeah, go to Costco.
Yeah,
I heard Costco's outside.
And I heard that Costco has better prices and better items too, to be honest with you.
I thought that Costco's was synonymous with a BJ's. I didn't know it was a Target-esque.
Oh, it is. No, it's a warehouse. It's a warehouse. It's like BJ's. Yeah.
So if I'm just going to get one ketchup, I can't go to Costco's to get one ketchup.
This is the thing that I'm saying. Y'all are telling us that we have to cancel Walmart and Target, but where are we supposed to go?
To the
Dollar Tree.
To downstairs.
Downstairs, paid $3 for $1.25 pizza. You don't get out of here. I'm not gonna go there, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize for the DEI or something like that when I go into the Target to get my things.
What? You don't gotta go to Target. You could go to any of the other places. You could go.
Target has black brands.
No, you is a white lady.
I might be
a white lady.
I might be.
That's when I'm gonna start cussing people around. You a white lady. I'm gonna call the darkest person a white lady. I don't care.
Karen.
You friggin' Karen. Who called us a Karen?
The black people downtown called us Karen.
We didn't even do nothing.
Exactly. They were so rude to us. What? They called us Karen for no reason. We were like, but we black though. The hell?
We were just driving, and I don't know, we were driving too slow or whatever it is, but they rode down the way. Karen, what? What? It's your problem. Oh, holy smokes. Want to know about RFK Jr.'s Senate confirmation hearing? They tore him up, but he didn't care.
His sister. No, his cousin. Did you hear the letter that his cousin wrote?
She was like, he's terrible.
He's awful. She was like, he kills birds and stuff in our backyard, and this is who y'all are putting in charge of our health care? Like, what is wrong with y'all?
In a contentious confirmation hearing to become the nation's top health official, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. struggled to answer questions about Medicare and Medicaid, programs that affected tens of millions of Americans, or to provide details about how he would work to drive down healthcare costs. Kennedy had faced a well-funded opposition campaign from Republicans and Democrats who highlighted his anti-vaccine rhetoric and support of abortion access. Democrats questioned his past remarks, while Republicans praised him for his ideas to reduce food additives and hopes to research a rise in diseases. As President Donald Trump's choice to be Secretary of Health and Human Services, he ended Wednesday's 3-hour hearing before the Senate Finance Committee with strong endorsements from Republicans for him to lead the department that accounts for $1.7 trillion in federal spending.
So you telling me that there's not one Republican that is smart?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
We do have footage from here. Let's go into the clip.
Safety of vaccines, trying to get ahead of the issue.
I am pro-safety.
I can't.
And I believe that that vaccines play a critical role in healthcare. All of my kids are vaccinated.
Senator Bernie Sanders confronting him about onesies sold on the website of an organization Kennedy founded. Those onesies printed with phrases like unvaxxed, unafraid, and no vax, no problem.
Can you tell us now that you will, now that you are pro-vaccine, that you're going to have your organization take these products off the market?
Bernie Sanders is lit.
Senator, I have no power over that organization. I'm not part of it. I resigned from the board. Yeah, that was just a few months ago. You founded that. You certainly have power.
Democrats pressing Kennedy on his shifting position on abortion.
Mr. Kennedy, in 2023, you came to New Hampshire and said, quote, I'm pro-choice. I don't think the government has any business telling people what they can or cannot do with their body. So you said that, right?
Yes.
Yep. So, Mr. Kennedy, I'm confused. You have clearly stated in the past that bodily autonomy is one of your core values.
Senator, I agree with President Trump that every abortion is a tragedy.
Republicans largely supported today and offering
All right. I can't.
Okay. He's a DEI hire because he has a disability, right? And DEI also covers people with disability. I think that they are being contradictory in hiring DEI who can't make a real press conference because I'm not standing up there to listen to JF Kennedy Jr. RF Kennedy Jr.
Bobby.
Do that.
What'd you say, Bobby?
This is you gonna bob and weave on every issue that you had, and we gotta make you. There's nobody else. There's nobody else. There's nobody
Can I
else.
tell you, my throat hurts.
But what about Dr. Oz? Wasn't he up?
Oh yeah, Dr. Oz was supposed to be a something.
No, they.
Yeah. Dr. Oz was supposed to be a something. In this.
Dr. Oz. I'm thinking about Dr. Fauci. Yeah, Dr. Oz.
And Dr. Phil is doing something too, right?
Dr. Phil is going to talk to the migrants
Yes, he's
who's
at
being
the-
deported. He want to know how they recognize him. That's what they want to know. Dr. Phil, you beat on the TV. What do you mean? You think immigrants don't have TV?
I don't know what is
Dr.
happening.
Oz. What to know about Dr. Oz?
He was nominated for something. He was
supposed to be doing the Medicare and Medicaid.
No, that's part of this RFK
yeah,
thing.
That's part of it. Yeah.
But I think that when RFK pulled out of the presidential run and endorsed Trump, Trump must have said, all right, homie, I'll owe you one. You can be the charge of this department because I don't feel like looking for nobody else.
But why this department? Why wouldn't he make him the head of
Food and Drug Administration?
But that still falls under this one.
Oh,
Make him the head of bear, wildfish, wildlife.
Yes.
And fish.
Coast Guard.
Yeah, that. something. I don't know. Even Ben Carson would have been better, said Catherine.
Father Jesus.
At least he was a neurosurgeon. Yeah, but his brain doesn't work.
Yes, he needed to. He should have done one of his good surgeries on his own brain.
On his own
self-lobotomy.
He need a frontal lobotomy. Child, I don't know.
Keeping it moving with the foolishness, 36 U.S. states have high or very high flu activity, the CDC data shows. I know mad people shout out, I was about to check on my guy, Gary Banton. He has been suffering at the hands of the flu.
Really?
How you doing, boo?
He don't get no flu shot? Do y'all get the flu shot?
I get the flu shot if I'm in a place that is providing the flu shot at the time in which I'm there, like the hospital or the church. And oftentimes I'm not in either one of those places, so I have not received said flu shot.
You wouldn't go to Walgreens to get the free flu shot?
I would. I mean, I don't want to make an appointment. If I go to Walgreens because I'm going in there to buy some pads or something like that, and they're like, a flu shot clinic, I'd be like, while I'm here, I'll get it. But I'm not going to go there to get it unless I plan to go there to get it.
I see. Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
if you said you was going, I'd be like, I'll come too. Like that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. What about you, Triz? Do you?
I'm like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the flu shot unless I have to get it, like if I'm working in a hospital environment.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Evan said that he's sick too. Get well soon, bro.
Oh, because we haven't heard you. in Ohio.
All morning.
All morning.
Just this
Yesterday
morning.
either. He wasn't there yesterday.
All right.
Federal grant freeze. Trump White House rescinds the order. So the mad, all the attorney generals, or most of them, they was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
cut it out.
Yes.
Now you've crossed the line.
Many states.
But I heard a little white girl say that that's not true, that they still was freezing him, but that's not true. So I don't know what to believe, and I don't believe her because I don't like it. For some reason, I have visceral anger towards it.
We learned yesterday that a federal judge had put a stop to it until Monday, the February 2nd. But then yesterday in the evening, we heard that it had been rescinded. Is that the word?
Yeah, rescinds. So let's go reneged. President Donald Trump's budget office on Wednesday rescinded a memo freezing spending on federal loans and grants less than 2 days after it sparked widespread confusion and legal challenges across the country. The memo, which was issued Monday by the Office of Management and Budget, had frightened states, schools, and organizations that rely on trillions of dollars from Washington. Administration officials said the pause was necessary to review whether spending aligned with Trump's executive orders on issues like climate change and diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. I'm trying to figure out, is this the only thing that Trump campaigned on was DEI, getting rid of DEI and climate change? Because if that's the case, we really voted, y'all really voted this man into office because you don't want DEI or climate change? Because it's all he's talking about right now.
Yeah.
Go to this clip, Tristan.
All centered around an unprecedented freeze on federal funding.
Take a look. ABC News obtained the new memo from the Office of Management and Budget today. It rescinds yesterday's memo that would have paused trillions of dollars in financial assistance to a number of programs, including Medicaid and Meals on Wheels. Despite the new memo, today the White House press secretary claimed the Trump administration is moving forward with the freeze. The legality of that remains unclear. Yesterday, a judge temporarily blocked the freeze, and more than 22 states, including California, sued the administration.
In the meantime, President Trump is moving forward with his campaign promises. Today, he signed the Laken Riley Act into law, which requires the detention of undocumented immigrants who've been charged with crimes. In a memorandum, Trump announced he would instruct the Pentagon to prepare Guantanamo Bay to detain 30,000 undocumented immigrants convicted of crimes. He also issued several executive orders. One would combat anti-Semitism on college campuses by investigating and then punishing offenders. Two other orders were focused on federal funding for education, including cutting funding for K-12 schools that teach gender ideology and critical race theory.
Hello, I'm Mark
Children
Brown.
can't learn a damn thing nowhere.
First of all, they don't even teach critical race theory in K through 12 in the first friggin' place. So
Isn't
why
that
are we
a college course?
Yeah, it is. Why are we cutting the what budget did we have for it?
They're cutting funding for schools that have black books.
In Head Start.
I was thinking about when Latoya was talking about how she has been building her daughter's portfolio, and I was like, that's right, because these kids got to earn these 4-year-olds got to earn their own money.
They got to find value.
Yes.
By getting a job.
Now you got to get a job because you can't. The president said you got to.
The president said you can't have free lunch, baby
you
girl.
Have
You
no
got
free
to
lunch.
go
So you
earn
got
your
to get
keep.
your own McDonald's money. So, do you got McDonald's money? And her kids would be like, yeah, I do. I like it.
Check my account. Meta agrees to pay Trump $25 million to settle a lawsuit over Facebook and Instagram suspensions when he was wilding out and they shut him down and they censored him because like they do the rest of everybody else that's got 45 pages shut down from friggin' Meta. They are now paying the president. They are paying the president $25 million because his account was suspended for not doing community guidelines.
I want my money too, Meta, because they put me in Facebook jail before.
Ain't this illegal to pay the president to do your bidding? I don't know. It feels to me very not.
They're all friends, though.
It feels to me very fraudulent. But hey, when you have all the power, fraud is the answer.
Yeah.
22-year-old chronic asthma died after inhaler price went up, and we're not going to go into that because that's tragic. And last but not least, for our WTF story, a Missouri woman goes on a shooting spree targeting her exes, killing 2 people and injuring 1 in a multi-state rampage. You have got to learn how to get over it, honey.
These men got to do better.
You don't multi-kill them all.
I mean, who knows what she's been through?
A Missouri, Jesus Christ. The views expressed by Miss Tony are not the views expressed by this.
I'm an incel.
Oh. A Missouri woman is accused of going on a shooting spree across 2 states and killing 2 people, allegedly targeting former lovers. Taylor Santiago, 31, is suspected of killing her ex-husband in Missouri, the girlfriend of her estranged lover, who himself was seriously injured in Arkansas, according to a probable cause affidavit. In an affidavit, police in Aurora says they responded to a report of a woman who stated she killed 3 people. Santiago allegedly confessed to inviting Huffman over on January 22nd under the pretense that he would see a 12-year-old boy. When Huffman arrived, Santiago allegedly told the child that she was going to take care of the bad guys and to cover his ears, the affidavit claims. Santiago then allegedly said she went into another room and shot Huffman twice, took his car keys, and drove to Carroll County, Arkansas, where she believed she had killed 2 more people. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office says in a press release that on January 22nd, it responded to a report of shooting and discovered a deceased woman and an injured man who was taken to the hospital in serious conditions. The release noted that the suspect has been arrested in Missouri. And y'all gotta learn how to relax. Little tiny bit.
This is also why, I am skeptical about all of these 2A laws where we just giving guns to people. Everybody's not stable.
Nope, they are not.
We can't just 2A laws. Yes, I believe in the right to bear arms, but not everybody
should have an arm.
Should have the arm to bear. Is what I think.
The only thing is when you start to overwhelmingly, like we was talking about earlier, the ones who's going to be restricted from carrying guns is going to be black and brown people, citizens who are eligible. And then they're going to always find a reason for us to not be able to, while they overbearingly give Dylan Wolfs and Kyle Rittenhouse's promotion to cross state lines and go kill people. So,
and you know who I blame for that? DEI. I don't know why. DEI.
Blame the Democrat. Let me stop.
Blame everything on DEI, apparently, right?
Yes.
That's what it is. DEI is the problem for everything.
The immigrants and climate change.
Yes.
With that said, we're going to slide on over to the side. Bobby Steels is up next on the Bobby Steels Show, the greatest damn midday show here in Boston. So make sure you guys keep it locked and keep it tuned in to Spark FM Online.
Yes.
Number 1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You forgot?
Forgot. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae,